Hi, my name's Kaylee and this is my first YouTube video. It's going to be on my natural everyday makeup look and that's it. Let's get started. First thing I'm going to start with is the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. It's my favorite primer. It keeps my foundation on all day long. So, sorry if I keep looking up. My mirror is behind my camera, so now that I have rubbed that all over my face, make sure I get everywhere. Now I'm going to go in with my Revlon Color Stay Combination Oily Foundation. I am the shade 200 Nude, in case anyone cares. I'm just going to put it on the back of my hand, then dot it all over my face. Over here. And then my Real Technique sponge to blend it in. Okay, now I'm just going to dab a little more where I want a little bit more coverage. Maybe up here. On my nose. Alright, next we're going to use my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light. And I'm just going to put this in places where I want to highlight a little bit and where I need to hide some imperfections. Some around my nose for redness. I always go up my nose because everything seems to come off of my nose. Okay, then I'm going to Okay, then I'm going to use that same Shape Tape and put a little bit on my eyelids because that's how I like to prime my eyes. Instead of using an actual eyeshadow primer, I just use my concealer and then set it with some powder. Okay. Now that that's all blended out, I'm going to use my Laura Mercier Powder and Translucent to set all of the concealer we just put. To set my under eyes, I am using the Morphe E48 brush. I just put a little bit of powder on there, just tap it on. I will also use this brush to kind of pack in some powder around the sides of my nose because I tend to crease really bad there. And then for the rest of my face, I'm going to use the Morphe E1 to set the rest of my face. Pat it in everywhere. Now I'm going to take my Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette and I am going to use, if I can get it open, the two lightest shades in this palette. Use the Morphe E3 to bronze up my face. Then I'm going to use the Morphe, well, this one doesn't have a name on it, but it's your like basic flat contour brush. And I'm actually going to use it to contour my nose a little bit. I don't really contour it as much as I just like to add a little color, just so that the middle of my face is not so bright white compared to the edges that we have just bronzed up. I also take the very edge of my brush, dip it in, and go underneath my bottom lip just to make it a little poutier. Next is blush, and I have this Tarte brush in the shade Prim. It's my favorite nude blush color. Use it pretty much every day. And then I'm going to use the Morphe E4 to apply this. Just put it on the apples of my cheeks and bring it back. Next we're going to highlight, and I am going to use the Becca and Jaclyn Hill face palette. I love this palette, so I'm going to use the shade Champagne Pop and just put that a little bit on the apples of my cheeks and bring it up on the cheekbone. And then I'm going to put a little bit down the bridge of my nose, above my lip, on my chin, and a little bit on my forehead. Okay, next up is brows. This is going to be fun to do, seeing that my mirror is pretty far away. I'm kind of nervous. Okay, so I am going to just brush through them. Oh, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Medium Brown. I am just going to lightly color them in where there's any patchiness. I don't do a bold brow, especially on the days where I'm just, rushing to get ready for work, or if I just don't want to wear that much makeup that day. I just get a little there. Okay, and then for brow gel, I'm using the Brow Gal Clear Water Resistant Eyebrow Gel. Just going to brush through them so that they stay where I want them all day. I'm going to be using the Studio Makeup eyeshadow palette. It doesn't have a name. I got it in a BoxyCharm one month. It's the one that looks like this. It's all your neutral tones. You've got a few shimmers in there and lots of really nice mattes. I'm going to start with a big fluffy blending brush. This one is the M504 from Morphe. I'm going to go into this shade right here and probably mix in a little bit of that one, just so that it's not too cool toned, it's not too warm toned. Just gonna go ahead and put that in my crease and kind of on the outer corner of my eye. Same on the other eye, put it on the outer corner, and then I bring it into my crease and blend it all over. Then I'm going to take a little bit more of this more cool toned light brown shade and put a little bit more of that because I feel like it got a little bit too warm. Now that that's done, I'm going to take my e.l.f. Professional Eyeshadow Brush, and it's just a flat shader brush, your basic brush. And I'm going to take this middle matte shade and this shimmery one and kind of mix them together so that it's not too shimmery, and put that on the center of my lid and bring it in all the way to that inner tear duct. And then I'm going to do the same other side, right on the center, kind of blend it out. Once I did that, I'm going to take a nice clean fluffy brush and kind of blend those two together. Then, I don't want to leave the under eyes blank, but I don't want them to get crazy. So I'm also going to take just a pencil brush. I believe this is an Ego Tools brush. Doesn't have a name, it's just a pencil brush. Any pencil brush will do. I'm going to dip into those same two shades, go underneath the lash line. Okay, now I'm done with the eyeshadow and I'm going to take any liquid eyeliner will do, but I'm going to use my Galactic Beauty Precise Eyeliner Marker in Black Noir. I am going to line my eyes. So I can't do this without pulling my eyes. I know that everyone says that's bad, but I have to. My eyelids are very wrinkly. And it's hard to do it without pulling my eyelids. So okay, as you can see, I did not go all the way to the inner corner of my eye. I like to leave that part blank and make it darker and thicker on the outer edge so that it opens up my eyes a little more and it's not so intense for every day. Just going to curl my lashes. I just have random eyelash curler from the drugstore. And I like to start at the base of my lashes and then bring it up and kind of pulse it through my eyelashes all the way to the end so that it curls my entire lash and not just the base. Next, I'm going to use my Blink Black Lash Primer in Jet Black Volume. And it's just a basic lash primer. I'm going to put this on before I put on my mascara. Now that I have my lash primer on, I'm going to use this mascara. I got it in a BoxyCharm. I don't know how to pronounce the name. It's D-O-U-C-C-E. The Max Lash Volumizer Mascara. This is my favorite mascara right now. Gives my lashes a ton of volume and a ton of length. So now we're all done with the eyes and we're going to just not put on a lip color because I didn't grab one. Crap. Okay, now that we're done with the face and the eyes, all we have left to do is lips, and I'm going to use this Clinique Sweet Pot Sugar Scrub and Lip Balm in the shade 03. I'm not going to use the Sugar Scrub side, I'm just going to use the lip balm side and just use my finger, put that all over my lips just for a little. Bit of color, because this is something I would wear every day. I'm not going to wear anything crazy every day. So guys, this is the end of my video. Thanks so much for watching and see you next time.